Okay, so let's go ahead and dive on in. First off, let's start off with some things going on this month. Okay, 40% off shakes for any customer that created an account in 2025. If they created an account today, they do not see this. Now, I know a couple people in the chat were saying that they should have gotten it and they didn't. Yeah, just always, anytime there's stuff like that, always take it up with support. Let them know, like, hey, so they can make that right and make sure you get your code. The code for the shakes, guys, is not to be shared because it is unique to you. It won't work if you pass it around, and it can only be used one time. So, like, I grabbed 2 bags today to stock up. So yeah, take advantage if you have your code. And then this one's huge, $26 enrollment. Okay, so it's normally $79. One-time fee to become a brand partner with us, but right now it's only 26 bucks the whole month of January. Now, I want to say this. I personally am not going out there and trying to get everybody with a pulse to join this business. So, sometimes cheap things like this can attract the wrong crowd. So still be, selective of who you're giving your time and energy to. And, we're very protective over this team culture too. So, don't just throw it out there like a free for all for everybody to just come join for nothing. Because I still also will always tell you guys, you will make the most commissions here
Sure.
off of business or off of
Charge it back
customers.
on in a second.
Hold on. Can you guys make sure you're muted, please? Here, Laura, got you. It's her face. You will make the most money here off of a customer, okay, versus a business partner who doesn't really do anything other than place a personal order. Okay, so we don't want people abusing the system by becoming a brand partner just to make commission on their own order. I'm telling you, you will slash, like, for example, I make $284 off of a client, off of a customer for the 3 months on True's Appetite. If they upgrade to a brand partner and they just personally order each month, they don't really do the business at all, or they're kind of dabblers with it. I think I did the math on it. It goes down to making like $15 a month off of them. So it's a huge cut significantly. So don't be doing that. I just wouldn't encourage you to upgrade anybody from a customer to a brand partner. Now, if somebody comes to you and they're like, "Hey, I'm thinking about it," make your own judgment. Like, do you feel like that person, have you worked with them before? Do you feel like they have, potential with this? Do you think they're going to take it serious? Your time is currency. So you don't want to give all your energy and time to somebody who's not going to take it serious. This is a business at the end of the day. So if I have somebody who I know I've worked with before and they are notorious for jumping into this but not ever doing anything with it, and it just seems like it's probably a better fit for them to stay a customer. I always encourage them, hey, put some feelers out there, girl. If you got 2 people ready to order, then let's upgrade you. Have them like have people ready to go before they just upgrade. And that's just for people that I wouldn't typically think are gonna like do much with this just based on history. Okay. And I know you can't always judge, just use your instincts. But yeah, so and then methylene blue is now 129. The price went up, you got the introductory rate for anybody that who grabbed methylene blue. Let us know in the chat. Okay, cool. All right, let's move on to okay, really proud of these stats. Also, this is really cool, babe. this puzzle piece. Um, okay, so as a team, guys, we hit executive director, which is over 100,000 in sales in 2025, and we are moving and grooving right along to the next rank, which is the top rank in the company, which is a $225,000 sales organization. Okay, we ended December at 166,000. Like, that's just insane. Now, before I even go into all these numbers with everybody, I want you guys to know, like, we are ranked off of PV, right? And you guys know that that is a portion of the sale. If this were like full dollar sales, we would be exploding. Everybody's numbers would be even higher than this. So just keep that in mind. So when you see somebody doing 7,000, they're really doing probably closer to like 11 to 14,000. It's kind of hard to tell because every product has a different PV value. But anyways, we kicked ass this 2025. We really did. And then as far as I added up all of our sales from the end of June, okay, through December, and over 600,000 in total sales as a team. Like that's wild for our first 6 months. And you guys know your first month or two, you're really not even like full throttle yet. So this really has just compounded in the last couple months. Total brand partners, 285 people on this team. And I pulled that stat this morning. So there's probably already five more added because I've seen so many people joining the chat. Which is just incredible, guys. Like, and I know not everybody joins the chats and stuff. There's people that, work outside of the team resources that are on the team, but this is amazing. And clients, this is the number I'm even more excited about. So our Shop Girls Only group is almost at 600. And mind you, there's a lot of people who don't even use Facebook or have Facebook, so they're not even in there. Because I don't have a report to pull everybody's clients because of HIPAA, but I know it's well over 600 clients that we have all contributed collectively as a team the last couple months. So super proud of y'all. These are very impressive numbers. But let's go ahead and talk about the people who achieved 5,000 PV. Okay. 5,000 PV, guys, that is not an easy task by any means. And so for anybody on this list, and I want to give a shout out to Destiny for doing it on two damn accounts, okay? Like, that's wild. So 5,000 PV is equal to about 23 Tirzepatide customers on the full protocol, for example. Now, obviously, there can be a mixture of what customers are ordering, but that's a lot. That's you're making just over $2,000 a month off of this 5,000 PV, and we're guaranteed 3 months of payoff of one client, so that's $6,000, just over 6 grand that you're making off of customers at this level when you're unlocking the 40%. Everybody on this team can absolutely get there. I remember it was 2 months ago, there were only like 3 or 4 people that have done it. We're now up to 8. Like it just keeps climbing. And that's because people stay on this stuff. It works. Numbers compound. And as you guys are really like getting loud and bold about this and seeing better results yourself, your conversions and customer sales are just going to keep growing. So everybody should absolutely put this on their vision board. And if you hit it already, maintaining it's one thing to hit something, guys, and I speak this to myself. Hitting it's one thing, okay? Maintaining it is the most important thing. That's a whole nother monster. So, shout out to all these people: Amanda, Destiny, Holly, Lucy, Rochelle, Tiffany, and Yenisei.
I kind of want to add Jen on here because she did 2,500 across two different accounts. So even
Oh yeah,
though
that's a
she
good point.
doesn't technically have 5,000 on one, I just realized that it's only because she spread it across two.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, shout out to Jen for doing that. And guys, when we say two accounts, please don't go out there and making two accounts. It's very case by case, based on your business and stuff. So we can talk about that offline. You can reach out. But yeah, this is awesome. So super proud of you guys on this list. Let's talk about ranks. So again, I can't pull all the different reports and I didn't want to leave people out. So the reports I was able to pull, I'm able to see team managers and above. So team manager is 3,000 in sales. And if you hit 3,000 in sales, if you hit the team manager rank, with all the one-time bonuses added up, it's $600 in cash from hitting that. So shout out to all these badasses. We've got Amy White, Christy Hibbs, Haley Sherbet. I don't know if I'm saying Sherbet, Sherbet. Sorry, Haley. Neva Harsh and Tiffany Holland. So shout out. And again, if anybody is not on here that should be on here, please let me know. Okay. All right, let's shout out Advanced Manager. We've got Tana Newberry on here. And that is 4.5 thousand in monthly sales. And at this point, when you've hit Advanced Manager, you're making $1,000 in extra cash bonuses on top of the regular compensation plan, guys. So shout out to you, Tana. Okay, Senior Director. Did we just skip? Yeah, we just skipped. What the hell just happened? Okay, did we? Yeah, here we go. Sorry. Okay, let's talk about senior manager. Now, to be honest, I was really going to start the rankings for this, but then was able to pull other people's ranks before. But senior manager, guys, this is, in my opinion, okay, there's like core ranks in every company. I look at senior manager as the first like core rank. From a business perspective, not only is this a huge accomplishment for the person achieving it, but when you're growing a team, your goal is you want to get yourself to director because that's the first like big leadership rank, and we're going to talk about that in a second. But you also want to help as many people hit this rank. This is the core rank, and this is without getting into the weeds of it. This is where you're unlocking what's called generational pay. When you're at director and you have people at 7,000, you're now making generational pay, which is insane here. Okay, watch the comp plan video. I'm not going to go into it right now, but this right here is a huge accomplishment. These people, I'm so proud of, and I know this is not an easy task to do because you got to be balanced, right? So it's not just 7,000 total. It's got to be balanced. There's certain things involved, and remember, guys, this is based on PV. So really, this is, anywhere from, I'd say, yeah, like 12 to 14,000 in full dollar for dollar sales. So yeah, shout out to Holly Grace, Jen Uriz, and Laura Burris for hitting this huge milestone. Director is up next. Okay, so we got shout outs for director for Alex, Giselle, Lucy, Marissa, and Rochelle. You guys, this one, again, this is like the leadership rank. I would say the last rank was the core rank, but this is where you're really leading like a team. Like this is like you're in leadership now. And you've got a real machine brewing. And this is really exciting because you have now unlocked the ability to earn generational pay. And at this point, you've unlocked all the one-time bonuses, and you're also now earning a $500 set monthly bonus. So when somebody hits director, every month that they hit that, they are getting an extra $500 bonus. It's not just a one-time payout. And then this is by doing over 12,000 in sales. Again, it has to be balanced. So in order to hit this, it's a big deal. So congratulations to all these people. You guys will also be receiving, well, Alex, I don't know what they give men. I know they have male prizes instead, but for the women, I know you guys get a gold elephant ring. So yes, very proud of you guys. Okay, advanced director, 24,000 in monthly team sales. This comes with a $1,000 set bonus every month that you hit it, you get it. And what's cool here, guys, if you drop rank a month, which we don't see that much on this team at all because of the growth and the momentum here. But if that were to happen, the moment that you re-rank, you start getting the bonuses again, which is great here. So, yeah, shout out to Destiny for doing this. Not only does she have two accounts at the 5,000 mark, but she's advanced director and she's well above it. I mean, her team finished in the 30,000s last month, which is huge. So, shout out to you, Destiny. Super proud of you. And I want to say it's a necklace, a gold elephant necklace that you get. It's either a bracelet or a necklace. Anyways, okay, super proud. Okay, senior director, 50,000 and above. This comes with a one and a half. Why do I say one and a half? $1,500, 1,500, Jesus, $1,500 monthly bonus,
Okay.
set bonus. What? Somebody say something? Oh, $1,500 monthly bonus, a custom jewelry. It's either the bracelet or the necklace. It's one or the other for the last drinks, of a cute little elephant. And yeah, congratulations to Amanda Garcia for hitting this. This is huge. This is definitely not an easy rank to achieve by any means, and to do it in 6 months is incredible. So everybody that is on Amanda's team, shout out to y'all for contributing to this. And that's the beautiful thing about this, guys, is it's not one person, like our rank as a team. I look at that as a collective, right? Like it's not my rank, it's our rank, right? And so without everybody, we don't achieve. So shout out to everybody on this list. I think that's the last one. Yeah. Okay. So that was our little award ceremony. Did anybody get left out? So I would love to shout you out if you did. I'm so sorry. Was anybody in the chat saying
What
anything?
about you? What about you?
Well, that's us as a team.
No, what about you?
What do you mean?
Like your promotion.
Well, as a team, we hit the 100,000. That's what I was saying.
Oh, okay. Just wanted to
Um,
make sure we could cheer for you.
oh, thank you. Well, yeah, no, that's what I mean. It's all of us together.
What is your
Um,
rank? Are you executive now?
to be honest, I'm like literally terrible with these things.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
she also
yeah,
hit senior
executive.
director on her second account, which is huge.
Get
That's
Yeah,
what
it
I
really
said. What
feels
about
weird.
you?
I
What
know, but
Alex,
I
we
about
don't.
need
you?
to add her to those slides, please.
Oh
Seriously.
my God. Can we stop?
For
I don't.
Hurry
real.
up, Alex. Make one for her.
Okay, I
She
love
was
you
sitting
guys.
with me the whole
I don't
time
like.
too.
No, I know. I don't like to like make it about me though, because it's all about. You know what I mean? That like all these achievements are how that number happened. So,
Yeah, but
anyway.
if you feel that way about you, Delaney, then you would have had to done that for Amanda and directors and everybody else.
But we're also aspiring to be you and at your level too. So we want to know what rank you're at with all this hard work and the
And
numbers
if we
underneath
can't
your name
celebrate
too.
you, it's going to be hard to celebrate us.
Okay, understood. But I did, if you noticed the first slide, I did say what we ended December as a team, 166,000, which is insane. So the rank that we are as an organization is 100,000, and so we blew past that. The month before, so November, we ended at like 142 or 143, and then last month 166. So, it's just climbing, guys. It's great. So everybody on those ranks and anybody who wasn't on there, guys, here's the thing, like you can reset and explode with us at any point in time. Like you can choose today to go all in, draw a line in the sand, and then just make it happen. And that's what I wanted to talk about is also, I know vision boards, you have your opinion, or they can be a little foo-foo, but I will tell you, I didn't do one this last year. I did one the year before on Canva, a digital one. You can pull up a template and go on Pinterest and grab pictures. If I'm like, oh, this is the number on the scale that I want to reach. This is the rank I want to reach, and put stuff on a visual graphic, right, on Canva. Laura, your face makes. Am I saying something crazy? Is it just me? Laura. Okay, I'm just not gonna look at her.
I think she's frozen.
Oh, okay. I thought she was looking at me like,
It's
shut
creepy as
up.
shit.
I know. Like she's mugging me. Okay. I would encourage everybody, and that's why I had that be the daily challenge in our Shot Girl group. Write out your goals. And it might seem a little silly and ridiculous and it takes time, but there's something, it's just like when you study for a test, right? Like when you write it, when you take notes, your brain just like it gets in your head differently. Same thing with your goals. So I would encourage everybody, at minimum, write your goals out for the whole year, the everything, and write in the tense of, and I feel like Marissa and Tana can probably speak on this too, because they're big on like manifesting and energy. But this shit is real. I will tell you, I didn't believe in it. And then I did it, not this year, but the year before. In January 1st, I made a vision board and I had a high rise in Dallas on there. I had a goal weight on there. I had winning ultimate driver on there. I had hitting the top rank in the company. I had a new wardrobe. I had, I wanted to have a partner in life and in business. And then I met Alex throughout the year, but we started dating right before the year had ended. So I'm not kidding you, all but like one thing that I put on this vision board came true that year. And so then I was like, oh shit, I guess this stuff is real. Like I do believe in it now. So, I'm not gonna force anybody to do anything, but I would say get clear on what you want to do, what you want to accomplish this year, and think really big, like 10x whatever your goal is. I remember when we joined back in June, my first goal, I was like, I just want to be making like $30,000 a month. And it felt so far out of reach. And I was like, this time next year, I'll be there. And we're basically almost there, pretty much, right under 30,000 a month in income with Ellie, and it's after 6 months. So think big. I'm like, I see Kelly's checks. Kelly's making over $100,000 a month here at Ellie after what 16 months with the company. Like, think big. Did anybody see that post I put in the chat the other day where it was Beth? talking about how they were a $700,000 sales team last January, and this one they did like over 3 million in sales. Like so much is going to happen this year, and you get to dictate like what's going to happen. You're the driver of it. You know, the efforts you guys put in now are going to pay off 6 months from now, a year from now. So, you know, decide what you want and go for it. Does anybody have a rank goal or income goal that they want to share? I'll open up if anybody wants to share any goal that they have for this year. Like, let's just put it out there.
I do.
Okay.
My goal, well, I mean, obviously I have many, but my starting goal is just to be at like 15,000 a month income so I can leave my corporate job. My husband just left his corporate job for his dream job, and um I'm really excited to see like what the future here has at Ellie. I mean, and I know it's possible, like just seeing the compounded growth here. So yeah, that's my first goal is leaving the corporate world because I just know if I could put more time in here, I just know the business would even explode even more than what it already is. And so yeah, that's my first big goal.
Amazing.
Lucy, did he start his own cigar company?
No, crazy story. It's a long story, so I won't go into detail, but he was like, he loved the cigars, and we were at a local cigar place, and the CEO was there, and he met Joey, and they just kind of hit it off talking. And we went out with him a couple times, and he asked Joey about like his work and, background. And, before we knew it, he was offering Joey a VP of national sales position. And so now he's full time. He actually started today, like cleaned up his Instagram and is going full time. So left his job last week. Crazy.
Nice. Congrats.
Amazing.
Congrats to
Thank
him as
you.
well.
Thank you. Oh, he said thank you.
Awesome. Anybody else want to share any vision they have? What are they gonna make happen in 2026? I know it gets a little uncomfortable and it's a little weird, but I'm telling you, you got to do it. You know, otherwise every day just kind of runs into the same damn thing. You do the same thing over and over and over, and before you know it, we're in March and you're like, what the fuck have I even done the last 3 months? You know, like you got to be intentional and write it out and really set a, backtrack, like whatever your goal is, then work backwards. Like, what do you need to do each day to get closer to hitting that? And I will tell you one thing. I've told Alex this. It was actually when I was in the corporate world, they made us at the beginning of every year write out all of our goals. You had to write 10 goals. They could be personal goals, income goals, whatever. And then they said, okay, and then narrow it down to your top three. And then it said, of those, which of these goals, if you achieved first, would impact and basically catapult you to achieving multiple other goals on this list. Like, what's the one goal that's holding you back? And that was me at my heaviest. And every single time I did this exercise, it was always my weight. It was always, and it wasn't about a certain number per se, but it was like, I know that for me to be my best version, my most confident version of myself to open up opportunities in life, I had to lose that weight. And I'm not, everybody's different. There's people that could be 300 pounds and rock their world, like their life, like whatever, do you. But for me, I was miserable and I was super like a shell of myself. And I knew that that was the one thing holding me back from building a business, building a brand, building a career out of this. Like I had to do it. And so I circled that one. I was like, I'm freaking doing it, And I'm telling you that was the one thing I always go back and forth if the divorce or the weight loss shot, like which was the best decision of my life. I go back and forth, and I obviously would say the weight loss shot because even if I didn't leave the marriage, if I would have lost that weight while in it, I would have definitely left at some point from that too. Because you find yourself again, you find your confidence, and you're like, I'm not gonna put up with shit. Like, you just change, you completely transform by taking care of yourself and building yourself back up. So, whatever you guys have as your main goal, like circle that shit, write it down, and don't stop until it happens. Like you can do it. You absolutely can. Stretch yourself. And if you're in a season where you're like, it just feels impossible, it will happen. I'm telling you, just day by day, keep working towards it. Um, does anybody have anything they want to share wins wise? Obviously, we just kind of focused on shouting out some ranks and stuff, but if you have any goals that you did achieve in 2025, or maybe you created a manifestation board or a vision board last year and you want to share some things that came true, that would be probably pretty inspiring.
I'll talk.
Okay, cool.
So I wanted to say for this year, one of my goals is actually to show up on stories every day and talk, like, and like let my audience hear my voice. So that's actually something I'm going to challenge myself to do, to show up on stories. I actually told Tana that the other day. I was just like, every day I'm going to show up and talk. So that's something that I'm doing for myself because I know once I practice talking, then it's just going to be easier to do. So I'm going to start off with that. I want to be making $10,000 months by the spring. So by the end of quarter 1 is what I would like to achieve. And then for last year, I actually made a goal that I was going to hit director by December, and I actually hit director by November. So I was really happy to set that goal and achieve that in 2.5 months. So
Love it.
that
Well,
was
thank
fun.
you. Thank you for sharing. Now, I will say, because I'm the same way, that you just sparked a point I want to make because I need to hear this myself. I am a very all or nothing person, and I don't know if you are, but don't set yourself up either for failure by putting this every single day. I have to do this because if you miss a day on your stories and you're like, "Fuck, I just ruined my streak," right? What's the point? Because that's how I used to get about like weight, like when I would diet, I'd be like, oh, I'm not going to eat a cheat meal for the next 3 months. And then if I had a cheat meal, I'd blow the whole thing, right?
Mhm.
So I would just say, like, aim for that, but give yourself grace. If you have a day where you don't go on your story, don't ruin the whole resolution or goal with that.
Well, for January, I definitely want to show up every day.
Okay,
Because
that's
it's like to
doable.
build consistency, like you need to, what is the whole thing? Like you have to be consistent to create a habit
Yeah.
kind of thing. So, and also I want to get really comfortable with talking and feeling confident because I want to start a podcast. There's a lot of things that I want to do. So I know me just saying I got to show up every day,
Yep.
and not overthinking what am I going to talk about and just like I got to show up like and just do it, then it's like
Yep.
ripping the band-aid off. So I definitely like for 30 days for the month of January, every single day, whether I'm talking about peptides or just talking about my kids, I'm just going to show up and talk in my
Yes.
just activate my voice. So people see me, they get used to me, they get excited about seeing my stories, that it's not just always salesy, but I want to just start talking about life in general and just communicating with my audience. The other day I did a post and I had over 500 views on my stories. And usually I'm only having about like 100, but all of a sudden I did one and it was like 500. I was like, damn, I was like, people are actually really watching me.
Yeah.
So, and I also want to know like, what does my audience want to hear from me? And I figured the more I show up and engage with them, I can look back and say, this did good, that didn't good, do good, and this is what my audience wants to see more. But for me, I know it's just, I need to hold myself accountable. So this is my way of holding myself accountable so I can achieve other things and feel comfortable talking on my own podcast when I'm about to start that one. And another goal is that I'm being interviewed on other podcasts. So I need to exercise my voice and just get up there and show up because that's something that I want to achieve and become like a speaker. So
Yeah.
that's something that's on my goal. So I need to practice. So the way I could practice is just with my audience by showing up every single day. So that's like my first step to help achieve my bigger goal.
Got it. Yeah. And anybody can do anything for 30 days. That's a very doable. Amazing. And listen, you will blow up this Ellie business if you are showing yourself on your stories and talking more. And that goes for everybody. I don't know if Kelsey's on. I just was talking to Kelsey about this. Like, and here's the thing, I'll be honest, like I haven't been the best with it recently, but I will tell you when I was, because network marketing guys, what we do, it's a long-term thing. You don't just jump in immediately. Like and I say this because somebody like Jen's very new to this. She's been doing it 3 months. She's killing it. But Jen also has a network. She's had friends and people that trust her that she's built over years. Same thing. Like, doesn't matter if you've been in the industry or you're new to it. If you have a network and people that trust you and you've taken the time to build relationships, that's how you're going to have the most success in this. Now, I say that because when I blew up my business and I first saw myself go from kind of dabbling, kind of maybe this is a hobby, not really taking it serious, to like exploding, it was by going on my stories, showing my face, and talking every single day. Every day. There was not, that was like regimented that that was what I was going to do. And it exploded because people need to connect. It's one thing to have content, but you're like a billboard at some point. Like you need to actually have emotion and connection and relatability through sharing yourself and just talking and showing, like letting people into the real you. And I do that on my stories. Now, I definitely haven't been as consistent with that now. I'm a little bit in a different place in my business than I was a couple years ago when I was like building a network. But if you're in a place where you're like, hey, I'm not converting a lot or I'm not getting a lot of people reaching out, like you have to start showing your face and talking. I'm telling you, when I did it the last couple days I've done it, boom. If I'm talking about the AI course, I always have like 3 or 4 sales come in just from talking. If I were to throw up just a graphic with a link, I don't really convert anybody. But when I go on and I talk and I put energy into what I'm saying and personality, it draws people in, it converts. It does it every time. It doesn't matter what I'm talking about. If it's Ellie, if it's that, like whatever. So make that definitely a part of your business, guys, is showing face and showing your personality and talking. Um, and then also, I just feel like I want to say this. It might not relate to everybody, but it's been something tossing around, I think, with some people on the team. We all probably have, not everybody, but there's some shared network, right? Whether you came from the same company or you were on the same team somewhere, or maybe you're from the same town and area, like that's gonna happen. You guys are gonna come across like situations, and they suck sometimes, where somebody joins somebody else and not you, right? And I just want to encourage all of us to have the mindset for this new year that, like, hey, we're not desperado, right? Like, it's just like dating. Like, if somebody doesn't want me, I don't want them. Like, I'm not out here like chasing anybody. Like, take it or leave it. You want to work with me? Amazing. If you don't and you switch up, I mean, I had it happen to me a couple weeks ago where I thought somebody that was a friend of mine for years was joining with me. They joined a different team. Does it piss you off? Absolutely. I don't love it. It's not a great feeling, but the show goes on and we don't own people, and it's best for people to do what's best for them. At the end of the day, they're going to partner and pair with who's best for them. Now, I will tell you, when somebody does do that, my job, my like mentality is, well, you're gonna fucking regret that one. That's it. And it's not in a toxic way. It's like, I'm like, you're crazy to not partner with this team. Do you know what we have going on over here? All the resources, we're fun, the badass vibes. So take that and adopt that in your own, business too. Like if somebody chooses to blow you off or join somebody else, like fuck them. That's literally, and I'm not trying to be rude, like fuck them, but like literally adapt the mindset, like on to the next, you're a loss. Bye bye. Like, I'm going to show you what you're missing out on. Same thing with dating, right? Like, hello. So I just felt like I needed to share that because I know that I struggle with that at times. And I know there's a few people on the team that have gone through that. But like, listen, you have to hold that energy that, like, yes, like they're buying, people are partnering with us or buying from us, but like they also get us. Like, it's not just like you're desperate trying to get them to pick you. Like, no, they also, like, you have to choose who you want to give your time to too, and I went into ChatGPT, and I would recommend everybody does this and say, please evaluate my 2025 year. Obviously, you've had to have been using ChatGPT for this to be effective, but I know a lot of us do. Please evaluate everything that I have asked you and shared with you over 2025. Identify my gaps and what I need to do differently in 2026 to have the most successful year of my life. Something like that, right? Like put it into ChatGPT, and Alex and I both did it individually, and it was pretty eye-opening, and it was pretty spot on. And like I was like, oh damn. And it basically, for me, like my theme for 2025 is to not be so damn accessible, and to be more selective of who gets my time and energy. I think some of us, especially as leaders, you can sometimes maybe feel guilty, like not responding to somebody immediately or helping somebody with everything. But like at the end of the day, like accessibility, right? Like the you don't have to be a babysitter for everybody. You don't have to give all your time and energy to everybody. We are independent business owners, and be resourceful. I want people who are resourceful, who figure shit out, who don't just rely on everybody else to do their things or help them with everything, right? And that needs to be the mentality. You will attract what you put out and what you allow. So anyways, that was a little bit of a tangent, but does anybody else want to say anything? Yes, independent.
I want to say I tried to like join in with my phone so I could show you this big fat vision board that I made with AI photos last year before the years.
Oh,
Hold on, find my phone wherever it is here. And I just want to flip this around. Like, look at this bad boy. We had her printed at like CVS. It was like $10. And then I went to Michael's and got this big frame. And she's like this big
are you
vision
showing
board.
it?
Yeah, you could see it on my second camera. So I joined on my phone. It's at the end of
Oh,
all these people, if you want to see it.
Oh,
But
oh.
you're
Look
so
at
it.
small. I can't see
Yes.
it.
It's so small. Okay. Can
Will you
see?
put a picture of it in the team chat?
Yeah, I'll put a picture of it in the team chat. But I just want to say that like I'm cuter than she is. And that's crazy. And also like this year I did get some goals, and I'll be honest, like the money and knowing the potential here, I sort of felt like I could wrap my brain around something that made sense to me a little more for like Q1 than the whole year. So maybe I'll work with someone who knows more about what the potential is from where I'm at. But like one of the things, the reason I put Dell and Alex on my freaking lock screen, and the reason I had a conversation with Heather today about my word for 2026, she used the word bloom, and I was like, shut up, that's my word, because I was thinking like, if you knew me, and Marissa knows me best probably out of everyone here so far, but like I am very masculine energy, like go, who do I have to be? What do I have to do? What's the framework? What's the logistic? Because I'm good at that stuff. Like I've always gotten by on just being excellent at those things. That's what makes me, able to do graphics and websites and funnels and structured things. But like I just kind of went on a spiral a couple days before the end of the year because I was like, I want more. What do I need to do? Who do I need to be? What do I need? And it was coming from this like forceful place that was leaving me not only like without what I was looking for, but kind of with that wrong strategy that like I need to fit something to almost like not like I was doing it maliciously, but I'm like, who do people want me to be so that they'll take the response that I want, right? And it was so funny because it was like I went through this journey, and Marissa helped me. She's like, this is the energy you have around all the big things you talk about. And I'm like, nah, and then an hour and a half later, I'm like, God damn it, Marissa, but it was just like, I want to bloom. Like I was telling Heather today, like instead of going out, like I'm not the bee that goes out to 5 million different, plants and flowers to find what I'm looking for. Like I just want to be the flower that sits pretty in her own little perch, literally never goes anywhere, and just becomes. And like I personally know that on the other end of that is like the art, not just the real, like the vulnerability, not just the share, and like the honesty, not just the performance. And like for me, I think one of my biggest goals, like I love that you said, Del, like what's that one thing that if you just did that one thing, everything else would happen or be easier? And I feel like I need to stop thinking it requires a performance of some kind. Not that I'm trying to manipulate, but like I always think it's like a worthiness thing, right? Like I have to be something more or less to get something that I want or that someone else has. And I do that shit in love, and I do that shit in money, and I do it in work. So I'm just like thinking, how do I, show up on stories and be vulnerable? How do I still like aesthetic and not looking like a homeless girl when I go on my stories, but also show up and be vulnerable? And like my spiritual practice, like I know so many other people have like their own version of that. Like I've got to stay connected to that because I have to stay connected to the energetics of it all. And so I just want to say, like, number one, the vision board came true, but I'm even cuter. Number two, I'd love to be closing out, June with at least 7K months and, director maybe by April. And I think that's right. But if not, like I'll adjust it. But it's really just about that I just described. And that's why like my word is bloom so that I just remember to be and to just be more and capture that rather than try to do something that I think is like necessary outside of me. And it's a lot of just that versus force. And so I
Yeah.
just I wanted to share that.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, from a business standpoint, you're freaking amazing. Like you just haven't even tapped into all your potential yet. And when you do, it's gonna be wild. And this goes for anybody. If you want to be making that kind of money, I mean, you can make that money just selling, of course. You really can. But it does require you to hustle and have a network and everything that's converting. But building a team, guys, like, Tana, you're a natural leader. You're somebody that I would just go out and start being bold and within your niche. Like if your niche is like the psychic energy and feminine energy, all that stuff, like go out into that like arena and find people, build relationships. You already probably have a ton of people that you haven't even popped the question to yet. I don't know if Mackenzie's on here. Mackenzie messaged me the other day. She's like, can you call me? I call her. She's like, hey, I need help with a three-way chat. She's like, this girl posted she's lost 100 pounds on the shot. And she's like, I just boldly reached out to her. I sent her a message and I was like, girl, you should come monetize your journey with me. Like, I don't see you have a link yet. It was something very simple like that. And the girl responded that she was actually open to a conversation and she put her in a three-way chat with me. So it's like, and then she's like, and I started messaging the people that were engaging with my stories the most. And I just said, like, hey, have you ever thought about making an income with the peptides right now? I'd love to work with you, love to show you what we have going on over here. Just a casual, like, are you open? Are you open to taking a look? I feel like if you just get a little bit more aggressive with like the business side, because if you have that vision, like to hit director, you need a team. And to make that kind of money, yes, you can do it on the affiliate side, but I feel like for you and where you're headed with this, you got to just get a few solid people. And guys, it only takes one. I mean, we all want more than one, and that you will as you start. You just got get one solid business partner in. I'm telling you, I've seen it time after time. One person can absolutely change your whole business. Somebody that really is serious and has the vision, and not everybody has it. You got to weed through. Does anybody remember the Jessie Lee card analogy where she has the deck of cards and there's four aces in the card, right? I want you to think of the ace as like a big hitter, right? Like you're like top rank in the company. Everybody has a deck of cards, but everybody's deck is shuffled differently, and you have to keep flipping through the cards to get to the ace. Now, some people get lucky. They flip the first one and it's a freaking ace. They recruit and enroll a freaking rock star, right? And their business explodes. And then you're over here like, why can't that be me? You have to just keep talking to people, keep trusting the process. You might have to flip through 20 decks of ones and fives and fours, and maybe people that aren't really serious, maybe more dabblers, not really like builders or big hitters, and then boom, you flip an ace. Sometimes you're going to flip a joker and they're going to be absolutely hell to work with, or people that get offended so easily by B words, if anybody gets that reference. But seriously though,
Sorry.
you have to just keep flipping and the cards represent people that you talk to and that you bring in. And not everybody, you might have somebody that flips three fucking aces in a row and it's like, what the hell, so you just got to keep flipping through. I love that analogy. I think it makes so much sense. So your ace might be at the bottom of the deck, so you got to get through 50 people before you find them. Okay. Anybody else want to say anything before we close out?
Yeah, I started reaching out to a few. So there's all these companies that are getting affected because they're working with a lot of 503Bs. So I started reaching out to a bunch of peptide people who are working with those companies and just kind of pitched a little, just lit a fuse kind of thing, just say, hey, if anything ever happens or whatnot, I already know what's about to happen, but I was like, if anything ever happens, just consider me. I just wanted to let you know that you look like you would do good at this business, and just take a peek at Ellie. And I've had a few of them reach back to me already, so I haven't closed on any of them yet, but and I only send out a message, and then if they respond, immediate voice clip, because I want them to hear what I'm talking about and hear that I know what I'm talking about. So I had two of them reach out this morning. But you can't tell right now. I'm talking in like a much lower voice because I'm sick as shit. And if I don't like talking this lower register, it's gonna sound like I'm going through puberty again. So I was like a little hesitant to voice clip, and then it sounds like I'm Barry Manilow or something when in my damn clip. So one a day is what I'm saying. I just want to reach out to one person per day on online, and I think that's a fair goal, because you kind of get into that scrolling. Before you know it, you're scrolling for 20, 30, 45 minutes. So just trying to be intentional with the time I spend on social media and actually reaching out to potential business partners.
Yeah, love it. And if you guys are reaching out, listen, like he said, one a day. I would say five if you're really trying to blow this up. Five a day, new connection, like new people that you haven't talked to yet that you're trying to see if they're open, right? You do that every damn day for a month. You mean to tell me you're not going to bring in some new business partners? You might not for the first week or two, but I'm telling you, it's a numbers game. It will convert. We already have the systems and resources. So you aren't out there on an island trying to just like figure this out. Like you've got backup, you've got everything you need. You just need to go initiate the conversation and be a little bit more aggressive, and just see who's open. Obviously, guys, your marketing, the better your marketing is, the better you'll have more people coming to you, right? But we could always be doing more. I mean, my DMs have been a little dry lately with the holidays. I'm like, I could be out there messaging people first, being like, hey, I see you watching my shit. Why don't you come do this with me? Like it's that simple. You don't have to have this big old scripted, formal message. Like just ask people if they're open, because most of them are right now. And that's the thing, is this is just continuing to explode. Before you know it, everybody's going to be on a peptide or doing a business around peptides. Like I'm telling you, I can predict it now. Like it's already blowing up. Think about a year ago, you didn't really see that many people on social media sharing about being on the shot that openly. Now I can't, like everybody, right? And we're ahead of the curve. Like we're already in and established, and we have like the best to offer. So be loud and be proud about that. And yeah, bring them in. Bring people into this opportunity, because it's life changing. It really is. It's not bullshit. It's not your typical like, yeah, let's just build a pyramid scheme over recruiting people to sell shit that doesn't really work. No, like you're actually selling stuff that truly works. It's a medication. We're medical sales reps. I think it's so hot. Like medical sales reps are just hot in general, right? When you think of the stereotypical medical sales reps in the corporate world, like they're always the real charming or attractive people. We get to be that, but from our freaking couch or bed or living room. Like it's virtual medical sales, and it's very simple. We don't have to go hold board meetings and present to doctors. We're literally being ourselves online, sharing our story and helping other people get set up and help them with their journey. That's it, you know? So, okay. Anything else before we close? Oh, Giselle, you raised your hand.
Was Lucy before me?
Doesn't matter. Go ahead.
Okay. That's not everything. I just wanted to say, and of course, anything I say, I'm speaking to myself, but I don't know if this will make sense, but I know for a long time I've had to encourage myself on this and just encourage us, and each individual and us as a whole, that we really need to make it about the one that needs us, that doesn't even know they need us, instead of making it about us. And when I say that, I mean, like when you were talking, Delaney, even about offense, I know, I read this book that changed my life, but it's called The Bait of Satan. But when you're offended, you stay stuck in what is or what really isn't even, and you miss the mark and you miss the blessing of, like, the structure of what it can be. And so I know for me, I had to remember, while I may have been afraid, which I'm not afraid to talk to people, but other instances, like afraid to maybe say something or how they would perceive me. I have to remember that that person is dealing with their own, stuff, and so it's even like I mean, I was one of the ones that I didn't talk mess about the injection, but I was also, I mean, it was every day that they tried to mind F us, excuse my language, but, into thinking like, oh my goodness, these people are so bad. What are they doing? And so when you hear that repetitively over and over again, it becomes like embedded, like I'm believing something, but why am I even believing it? And so in the midst of people wanting to not even know what your body needs and then seeing this and then like, oh my goodness, do I try? But then worrying about what other people are going to say, it makes it even more important for us to really show up authentic and so transparent. Guys, people, like, if you've been on social media for whatever, nobody is impressed with filters. Nobody's impressed with the perfection. Nobody is impressed with that. Like, why do you think so many reels get so many views when it's in the imperfection of they get to know? I don't know who said it on here, but we're not our brand is not Ellie. Our brand is who we are, with the whole like, trust, and know. And so I say this to say that just go for it. Like, there's nothing that anybody can say and to take away from what is meant for you. And that's why, I mean, I'm pretty sure people are like, oh my goodness, this girl is talking again. Like, she talks so much. But it's that one person. I shared this with somebody the other day. I know I was one of the ones, and then I'll shut up, but I was one of the ones that was like, oh, you know what? It's after 6 o'clock. It's after 8. I can't post. But then I let that mindset go on, that perspective. And when I could, I did. And I thought nothing else for it, because there's somebody at 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, 9 a.m. coming in, and they could be wherever they are in life and feeling, hopeless, or needing that, where they could be scrolling and like, that is for the one. So if we're doing it not for our own gain, but to serve the one, in turn, we're going to be serving ourselves. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. But my encouragement is just like to freaking go for it. Like, there's nothing anybody can say or do, or us not be able to show up in who God exactly made us to be, because there's only one you. So you freaking rock it out and go for it.
Love it. Lucy?
Yeah, I just really quick wanted to shout out you, Delaney, Amanda, Tana, Alex. All the like content you guys have created for us has been absolutely phenomenal. I can't, and I mean, I can speak just because I've been on, teams with other companies. I've never had the resources like we have here, to be able to just plug a picture into a Canva template and share it in our stories, and it's eye catching and it's just absolutely phenomenal. It just helps make our business, so much easier for us on the back end. Also, like the customer, giveaways that we're doing. Everybody that has like offered up, their services. I know Holly, Giselle. I can't remember everybody that has offered up things, but just shout out to all of you guys for putting in the work behind the scenes. It's just been absolutely phenomenal, and I would highly encourage anybody going out, talking to people about joining the business. That is a huge recruiting tool to show the resources that we have here, because I'm telling you, nobody has that like what we have here. So use that, to your advantage, when reaching out to people. So thank you guys very much for putting in the work for all of us to be able to use that stuff.
Of course. Well, thank you, Lucy. And yeah, guys, I send a screen recording of our team website every time now. I'm like, look what you get. And if you're new to this, just know, like, it's not like what we have here is definitely a whole nother level from what else exists out there with like resources and stuff. And that's because like I think that stuff is so important. I'm all about branding and marketing, and I think that it is the most important part of any company and business is I don't know if you guys watched my story the other day, but it was like, so there was an expert that said you could have an amazing product and like shitty marketing and branding, or you could have a shitty product with amazing marketing and branding. The branding and marketing company will always out trump a good product company who has shitty marketing. And I truly believe that because what draws you in, the how it's presented, the how it's packaged, the marketing, the branding, how people speak on it, how they make you feel about it. And what's great here is we have both. We have an amazing product and we have, I won't even say amazing marketing from a company, but I think this team, like we have everything. So thank you, Lucy. And speaking of, I was gonna wait to surprise y'all with this, but it's not ready just yet. It's almost ready, but we have our own shot colors ChatGPT bot coming. So like it's within ChatGPT and it's gonna be just what's the word? Regulated, babe? What am I trying to think? I think I'm saying it's formatted just to, it's not like it's programmed. It's not programmed to access answers from like Google and Wikipedia and all this shit. It is just program to give you guys help and answers based on what we fed it. And so between the Ellie, everything that Ellie has on their website, all of our resources, everything that you can think of is going to be programmed to where you guys can go in and ask it a question like, "Hey, what's customer service phone number and email?" Boom. "Hey, what should I recommend? Somebody is saying they have joint health or, pain somewhere. Like, what's a peptide I would recommend to them? BPC 157, here's a little synopsis about it." Like it's only structured around our team and LEMD.
I like the end of month reference we talked about. Somebody's like, "Hey, I'm sitting at 2,325. What would be some good products or what are the highest PV products or whatnot, or what are the highest amount?" It's going to be centered around all Ellie stuff. So it's going to make it so simple. Because if you go into regular ChatGPT and say it, they don't know the comp plan. You kind of have to upload the comp plan, and you can do that, but we're basically tailoring it so you don't have to do the work. We're just doing the work for you, so you can just plug and play basically.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. So that's almost done. I gotta play with it. We hired it out, but I want to play with it before we open it up to everybody just to make sure. And it's gonna be one of those things we'll probably have to tweak things as we go. But it'll be very helpful. Like I went in there today, I'm like, "What's the PV for this product?" Pew, and it was like, "How much percentage am I making if I sell this much PV?" Pew. Like it's very, and then it's like, "Hey, help me create a launch post for LAMD," and it's going to be, structured our way and how we do it. "How do I handle this objection, the pricing objection?" Boom. So that's coming next week. If you guys could all please be on the call. Her title is, she's director of compliance and director of sales. She's kind of like operations. Her name's Jennifer Harmon. Shawnee, your eyes. I said compliance. You're like, no. So Jennifer Harmon, she kind of has multiple hats. She's like, there's a CEO and then there's Jennifer Harmon. She controls everything. She's in love with our team. Like she all the time tells me how much she loves our vibe and how we do things, our marketing. You guys are the fun, young, like, the vibe. You guys are the vibe of the company. And she's seeing everybody kicking ass. So, yeah, she wants to meet everybody on our call next week and just share some words of encouragement. So if everybody could be on, I told her we like to open up with wins. So, have some good shit to share pretty much in the beginning. And then she'll take over and just kind of share the vision for the company and whatnot. And then I think that's all I got. Am I missing anything?
Yeah, when you ask people if they want to share, I still want to hear from people who don't normally share. So even when I'm looking around, I want to see Michelle share with her camera on. I want to see Laura, not Laura Burris. I know, well, Laura too. Laura Burris, you're
She came
always
on
welcome to
real
share.
quick.
Always, always, always. But there's multiple Lauras. There's just people on here that I don't really know much about, other than like I kind of follow them. I may see their content here and there, but we want to get to know people. Krista. Nikki, I know we just met last week or a week and a half ago. Like, I want to hear Lori. Like, I want to hear you guys. I mean, you don't got to say much, but everybody's got to have something they're proud of, some kind of win. It doesn't always necessarily need to be business focused. We try to have it be, but if you're new here or something, just and then the slides that we had, I kind of want to start having people If you want somebody, like if you have a new brand partner on to get shouted out to welcome, I want to put like a welcome slide for new people that are on, just so people can see their face. So have them send a picture and the little slide thing that we did in the beginning of this call. I just kind of want to throw one together with like new people so we can just touch on them and welcome them properly other than just the group. When we're on the call, it's different because this is about as close as we can get to really being around one another with all of us scattered throughout the states.
Okay, cool. And then if guys, if people are having a hard time getting into the new team chat, can you just manually add your people? If you see somebody in there that's like, it says I can't get in. I don't know why there's technology shit going on, but Facebook likes to update things. Like I don't even have access to a link to the chat, but other people do. So, um, we should be Gucci. And if that chat gets filled, we're gonna have to move to Telegram. So for anybody who wasn't on in the beginning, we're moving to a new chat on Facebook. So make sure you go into the chat and join the link. And if you have an issue, reach out to one of us. We can manually add you in. Okay. All right, guys. Well, thank you. Let's have a kick-ass 2026. Love y'all and enjoy your weekend. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Love you.
Bye.